Hello and welcome to another episode of 18 Book World. I am Favor Chikwesiri Michael. 18 Book World is a network's way of encouraging literacy. It is intended to help expand people's horizon by reading and discussing recommended books. And we understand that readers are leaders. And according to the popular parlance that says, your life will remain the same except for the books you read and the company you keep. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you once again to another episode of 18 Book World. We've gone a quick break, and when we return, I'll introduce my guest and the book of study. Do stay tuned.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bits on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. On 18.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. And joining me this morning is Mr. Frank Enawaji. And the book of study this morning is Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria. Before I introduce my guest properly, I'd love to go through a little book review of the novel of study today. Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria is a book that brings to fore the qualities of good leadership that are lacking in our society. Mr. Giant believes in positive change. In the book, Go Nigeria is seen as a community of people that have sound legacy laid down by Mr. Giant, and as a result of his past experience. The development of Go Nigeria came as a result of oil boom, and it is something that calls for emulation by present leaders. It is a very interesting novel that has so many things in focus, so many thematic focus for study. But before then, I'd love to introduce my guest. Good day, sir.
Thanks so very much. Thank you.
May we meet Mr. Frank Enawaji?
Ogwonono.
Ogwonono.
I like that name.
Okay, sir.
So I'm privileged to be here today.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It's one of my books,
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Giant of Nigeria. You know, writing is something very, very tedious. Writing needs discipline.
Okay.
If you must write, you need to be disciplined. You must have a lot of self-control, because putting things down for the society or for the entire world to read needs serious research, needs serious critical thinking.
Okay.
So that when the world will see, at least despite the criticism, the book can be seen to be a book that is passing information that will help society to live in the right direction.
Okay.
So that is why sometimes you see people take time, despite the money involved in writing or in publishing books. The issue is the idea you are selling to the public. What will be the role in the life of people? Because people read and become better.
Okay.
People also read and become
Become worse, yeah.
Because it's about the information you are giving. People write on so many issues of life. They write to educate,
Okay.
they write to inform, also they write to entertain. And while you are getting all what you are getting from the books or from the book, something will influence your attitude or behavior in the society. So that's why sometimes a writer should be very careful of what he's sending to the world, because the mind is like the ocean, and things can enter and sink. It depends on the person who will go in search of those things that has entered into his heart or mind. Because when we have memory, in doing things you must know this, like the book. And look at it this way. The issue of Nigerian state. For many years, Nigeria has been called the giant of Africa.
Okay.
But can we actually see the importance of being a giant of Africa on the livelihood of citizens? Can we actually look at what is happening? So it gives room for Nigeria to rethink.
Okay.
So the Carnage, Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria, is about reflecting on our past and see how to better the present and also build what will sustain the future. But even when you understand what is happening, life is about migration.
Okay.
Man has been migrating from one location to another in search of a better life or a better society. Like, for instance, as a nation, we need to search for what will make our life meaningful. Like the book, Mr. Giant with his family. After every struggle in search of a better life, they have to move. You know, in that book, it's about using canoe. That's the wooden boat.
Okay.
With paddles. Mr. Giant has 2 wives and children. They have to move from the first community they settled to go to another, a virgin area. As well today, if your life is not comfortable here, what do?
You migrate?
You migrate. Migration is a human activity.
Okay.
To better the life. Sometimes in doing that, you can be a victim. And that's the truth. Because settling on any island sometimes may not be so friendly. Sometimes it may also cause you to be a casualty, a victim of natural disaster or man-made disaster.
Okay.
Sometimes people fight because of what you call communal war. They are dragging land. Oh, I'm the first settler. Must be this and must be that. So Mr. Nigeria was a man who was actually, Mr. Giant was a man who was actually in search of a better life for his family. Like what we should also think about this country. Nigeria is known to be the giant of Africa.
Okay.
But how are Nigerians living? That's what prompted the writer, Frank, and I was going to write this book. How are Nigerians surviving in the midst of plenty? How are Nigerians harnessing the wealth in the earth crust, the wealth in the river, or in the sea, or ocean? Like in that book also.
Okay.
They were harnessing the land, they were fishermen in that book.
Yeah.
And they are also in search of what is in the forest.
Okay.
Also what is in the earth crust. And there must be judicial use of such to better the life of people. So when we are writing books, it's about solving problems.
I think you're now talking about the role of storytelling in society
That
change.
is it.
Okay.
You need to give solutions to problems that have become a threat or threats to human existence.
So how do we bring in the theory that called art for art's sake, writing for just writing's sake?
No, you don't just write for art. Sometimes it's just for entertainment.
Okay.
I studied art very well. It's not just that may be a philosophy. It's a philosophy.
Yeah, it is.
But the ordinary, it goes beyond that. Art for art's sake. You can entertain yourself. That sometimes you go while even being. You are receiving entertainment. Maybe you are using a book to while away time. Beyond the entertainment, there must be thinking.
Okay.
That's what I do. I can listen to musicians singing, and while enjoying the song or the music, it will begin to attack my conscience. It will begin to cause inspiration.
Okay.
Like I listen to, sorry,
No, you can go
I
ahead.
listen to one of the songs of Michael Jackson.
Okay.
They don't care about us. You know, he did a recording in Brazil
Yeah.
Sao Paulo. And I look at the way he was also making reference to leaders, like you mentioned of my man also, that the one I so like, Martin Luther King Jr. He was a pastor of Baptist Church.
Yeah.
And he made mention of Franklin Roosevelt.
Yes.
Now the issue, these are leaders who were like empathic to the condition of their people. So as a human being, apart from entertainment, we need to look beyond such to seek way out, the way out for the people. Because after entertainment, we'll go back to the number state of life.
Yeah.
Like I do. You know, like what I'm doing now this day. At the end of everything, my real you will emerge. In my house, I'm hungry. I want to eat.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty. I want to drink water. Oh, I want to travel. How do I do? Oh, I am not healthy. What do I do? I need something to treat whatever I'm passing through. It could be malaria or anything. So after entertainment, what would be your state of life? Like now, we go to watch football. I remember during the Champions League of 2012.
Yeah. Chelsea was Bayern Munich.
Yes, and I said Chelsea will win. When we look at it, it's like Chelsea has been thrown
Yes.
off the vision of winning. But I said, look, Chelsea will win. Just close to the 9 minutes.
That was 98, 98 or 99.
No, 2012.
Yes, 20, I mean the minutes when the goal was scored.
Yes, just to, not up to good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bits on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. On ATN.
Drogba from Norway used it. That was corner kick.
Yes, you are matter because of like soccer.
And he used that was like a kick.
Yes.
And the thing, he made that goal was scored by Drogba. I knew Chelsea would win. This is Frank. I said Chelsea would win. But after the enjoyment, after the jubilation, because it was a night, we were running down the streets of Brokri, of Port Harcourt, you go to the normal self. By that time you'll be alone. That's as we're discussing now.
Yeah.
When a man wants to solve problem, he does not stay oftentimes in the midst of people to solve his personal problem. Because sometimes in the midst of people, you'll be carried away.
Okay.
In the midst of people, that's what we avoid distraction. So anybody writing book, it depends on the kind of book you are writing. Even in science book, even in biological book, any book you are writing, you are giving information. It depends on the reader to accept information or not. There's no book without information. No matter how small a book is, you may criticize the author. Like sometimes in Nigeria we call some people hungry author. Even that book you call hungry author.
But there's a genre of book, romance novels, whose ideas is just to make you feel good, titillate you, and people go for those books.
I teach. Sorry. Most of literary works are romantic books. Sorry.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
If like you want to go into genres of literature, the drama, the prose, even the poems, the poetry, you will have to see it's about human attitude.
Okay.
Sorry, whatever we are doing is about, you see, our behavior plays out in everything we are doing. So the author who is writing, even if you are writing in science, what you are writing is to give room for knowledge.
Okay.
to be taught or to impart knowledge to others. So, reading of books, the one reading is looking for what? Information. Even the issue of entertainment. If like us you are reading a romantic novel, you are also learning to know some things that people do. Like I've said to some people, we are not different from anybody. So people are not different. We are like the same people. The only maybe the character. Is that the one who is not hungry? Is that the one who is not angry?
Okay.
It depends on the degree. Often that everybody gets offended. But the issue is, as a writer, you must have target audience.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, you must have target audience. Sometimes it could be a general book. I read a lot of books. Some people don't want to read books. It depends also. The information is a choice you want to implement.
Okay.
You may read a book. Like I read a book by Dan Brown, Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code, yeah.
No, Da Vinci Code was because as an artist, Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci, one of the best Italian painters in the world. One of the photo, the painting of Jesus Christ, or what you are seeing, was made possible by Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
So, when I look at it, I read the book. It was not, there was a kind of blunder in that book.
Okay.
Damra is a popular writer, but there was something he said about Jesus Christ in that book, which shot my heart or my mind against that book. Because he wrote something about Jesus Christ. I don't want to say it here. So it is for the reader to accept the information or not accept it. Okay. The writer does not have does not impose. You know, when you read something on Facebook or on WhatsApp, they tell you forward. It is a choice to forward. It is a choice not to forward. As people will become autocratic on social media, I command you send this. If you don't send this thing, nothing will happen to anybody. So reading books is a choice for you to use the information for your own good, or to use it the other way around.
Okay, so let's explore thematic factors from your book, Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria.
That is it. It's the information to Nigerian people, or especially Nigerian leaders.
Okay.
The theme is about looking for a better society for the citizens. Looking for a good way of running administration in Nigeria.
Okay.
Looking for a good way to assess our resources and have what we call prudent use of what God has given to us. But when you look at the book, Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria, Mr. Giant was able to bring the family together on the island. The island they settled as their own, which after some years they discovered oil and they made good of the oil for the betterment of the citizens. So the thing is about good governance, building a various society, also trying to build a society where we call an egalitarian society, where you don't feel inferior, whether your class or is big or not, you feel safe. And one of the things that is happening in our present society is that some of us feel we are not protected. By virtue of leadership in any society, it's for protection of all. Irrespective of what we are calling. So when you look at the Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria, it's about collective effort, both the led and the leaders, to put things right in their locality. See, the moment there's a gulf between the leaders and the led, a lot of things go wrong. The leader is not a spirit. The legs, they are the spirit. They are human beings. So there must be relationship between the leader and the led. But each time we see the leaders are like superhuman. They are not superhuman. They are human beings. They think. They make mistakes. They cry. So we need to come together and profit solution. there must be kind of what Nigeria would call town hall meeting, even though it doesn't work in Nigeria. So Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria, as a leader, after observing the mistakes made in their previous localities or settlements, as he came to a new island, they began to work very well. There was a synergy. Before you know, if you look at the way also, after about to be coronated as a king, how the family worked together, the Bible says something. Say a city divided against itself cannot stand.
Cannot stand, yeah.
So even in any family, no matter how small, whether extended or nuclear, if there's division in the family, that family does not have peace. There will be a kind of threat to the family. Father can fight son, son can fight mother or sister. But if you look at that Go Nigeria, there was a kind of seamless synergy to make sure they get what they were looking for, what they did not see in their previous environment. So in Nigeria, look at today we are an oil producing nation. Are we actually enjoying our oil? It behoves on the leaders to do what is right, and all of us to do what is right. Then we have peace. Peace is not bought with money. No. It's your action and my action. So as leaders, and our leaders should also read. Sorry, our leaders don't. It's a thank God for. I hear some leaders say, "Oh, I read it from newspaper." If you don't read, one, you will be bereft of ideas and information. Sorry. This is the way you think. No leader should live without information, without reading. No matter what you see. Some years ago, I saw a piece of paper in my village as a pupil in primary school, and I read that book, just a piece of. And on that book, I saw that Basico came to Nigeria in 1922. I don't know how true it is, but that was what I saw in that book. That Basico came to Nigeria in 1922. That was history.
Yeah.
So when you look at it very well, the team, the way forward.
Okay.
Can we build ourselves?
You mentioned family. You emphasize on family. So I want to ask, what's the role of family in societal change?
Wow. Family is the foundation of every society. Sorry. We call Nigeria, what makes Nigeria? Collective of families, units. Are you aware?
Yes.
Without family, there will be no nation. There will be no hamlet. There will be no village. There will be no town. There will be no city. There will be no country, no state. So family is an important element or unit of any nation. Because you can't talk about a state. You can't talk about a nation without collection of families. No. Let's not between ourselves. No matter how big a city is, families make up the city. Collection of families make up. So family is important in terms of building a nation, and that's why we must inculcate good moral.
Okay.
Like what if you read that book very well, you see how Mr. Giant was so decisive in terms of taking decision on his children. Yeah. He was very careful not to play partiality. Yeah. If you are wrong, you are wrong. If you are right, you are right. And he tried to bring them together. There was teamwork. So a nation where people want to work alone, not Liverpool, and then they can never work alone. Yeah. If you work alone, you may not achieve much. That's one secret in life. That's why you see other nations of the world, they are doing a lot of things because they don't want to miss. And families must work together. Okay. Today Nigeria is a family, whether we believe it or not. But we are not working together as a team.
Let me ask one. You made a statement in the book. You said, when a man changes, society changes.
That is it. Yes. But I like what it's a true philosophical statement. When I change, my environment will change. When I change, the kind of food I eat will change. Okay. For instance, let me use my place where I come from, Ebukuma. This is about 100 years ago. There was no block building. You used maybe cement, but that was the level of the people living there then. But as time was going on, people embraced education, traveled out, and changed. So what, we have been told that traveling is part of education.
Yeah.
So for instance, I've traveled to this studio this morning or today to speak here. I've seen something I've not seen before.
Okay.
Which will change my life, change my way of writing, change my way of doing things. I can go to my house now and change some things. The beauty, the aesthetics, the interior of the house. That's of us. Because if not changed, you don't accept anything you see. But if a man has changed, he will change what happens around him. He changes what he wears. Even the kind of food. You know that also the way you speak.
Yeah.
When you change, the way you speak will change. When you are born again, your laughter will change. It's not true. So even when a man changes, all everything around him will change. Even his style of movement. Sorry. You see, I took time to look at the society. Man is an agent of change. So when man does not want to improve, the society will not improve. That's what was saying, go Nigeria. And Nigeria is Nigeria itself or herself. If Nigeria wants to change, we are the ones to change. The name Nigeria has no problem with anybody.
Okay.
Sorry.
You also throw light on you said only the future can tell the secret done by men in the past.
That is it. Because you see, the future is always forward, always ahead. So when you step into the future, you can flash back. The future is to think about the way you are there. The future, for instance, today I think I'm here. Yesterday was my past. Yesterday I traveled. So the future will not speak of the past.
Okay. So that means our actions are linked to each other.
That is it. You cannot do something about the future without the present. Also without the past. What was my life before now? And what am I doing now? What is my life going to be? So even those who will see my work today will flash back on the past of Frank. Even when Frank has left the world. Like I was reading a book by William Shakespeare, Antonio and Cleopatra. It's a romantic book.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare, as by history, has died over close to 500 years now. But this was, it's a spirit of romance. So in the past there was romance. I don't know. Today there's romance. Tomorrow there'll be romance. That's what we tell people. Human life is just a study.
Okay, so one final word before I let you go on today's episode.
What I want to say, like in that book, is to build a better society. I'm a Nigerian, like the book is a college, Mr. Giant of Go Nigeria. Where are we going as a nation? That's Go Nigeria. Can we go, can we live the state we are living now? Can we live the style of life we are living now? And focus on what will make us proud of being Nigerians. That's what happened in that book.
Okay, sir.
By the time Go Nigeria, with Mr. Giant left that place he was before with his family and went and formed a community called Go Nigeria.
Yeah.
Then things change. Because one, things will never change if you and me
Do not change.
So I pray that you and me will read books. Like I was in Lagos some years ago when a white man told me that if you want to deceive Nigerians or to hide things from Nigeria, put it in a book.
But that philosophy has changed.
No, it has not changed also.
It doesn't hold water like it
But
does.
it's not implemented. Sorry. We may argue. But oftentimes, I'm not forced, even the Bible, I'm not forced to read. Sorry, some of us, we have read a book. I remember when I bought a book, I was reading that book as if I was a madman. My wife was angry with me. Because I was considering of the book. I want to urge Nigerians to imbibe the spirit of reading. If we read, we get knowledge. If we read, we get information. If we read, we also get wisdom. We need wisdom. You and me need wisdom. Even behaving, sometimes I talk, sometimes I don't talk. Doesn't mean I don't talk. I'm thinking. So we must embrace reading. We must also embrace the spirit to build a better society. That's what you are doing now. If you've not come across that book, I don't think you have called me to be here.
Yeah.
God bless you for doing that.
Oh, thank you for the book.
And I pray, let the public and this station promote the book.
Yeah, we would.
It's still available. I have some copies.
All right, sir.
Thanks
We
very
would.
much.
Thank you, Mr. Frank and Waji Ogwanono, for such insights about the book and such beyond the book. You've introduced us to new insights about personal development and also societal change that will be affected by us as individuals. Thank you, and I'm hoping to have you on it, because I know this is not just a book you've written. There are books you have, and I'm also hoping to have you on other books. And thank you so much for being on the show this today. All right, thank you, audience, for being there with me this day on this episode of Book World. Before we go, we are open for sponsorship of this program, jingles and advert placement, events, news and events coverage, personality, society and political interviews, and also product, service promotion, and commercials. And also you can watch us live on www.atlanticnetwork.tv, on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. You can also watch us live on Avo TV channel 205, on Limex TV, on Infastech TV, on Apple TV, on Niger TV. Connect with us on ATN socials, subscribe, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. On X, at Atlantic TV Net. And on Twitter, at Atlantic TV Net. I am Favor Chikwesiri Michael. And before, on to the next one, keep reading and never stop reading. Like our author said, keep reading, keep reading. Thank you.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bets on the happenings around the world. Stay focused on the